Okay, welcome back to another live stream for News in General. Today we only have one other guest, the owner of News in General, Jason Goyette. You can follow him on Twitter at Jason Goyette. And you can follow me on Twitter at CK270. I'm Cole Trooper. Of course, you can also, we have call-ins like we do on most of our shows. You can call us at 213-814-3151. Once again, that's 213-814-3151. Go ahead, Jason.
Alrighty, so we are ready for the first topic, and the first topic is, according to British survey, music eases pain.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, according to the survey, the music does apparently ease pain. Apparently, popular genres that help people are pop, classical, and rock. And the five songs that topped the list were "Bridge Over Troubled Water," "Angels," "Albatross," "Candle in the Wind," and "Easy." The survey the information from the survey was conducted, but I can't even speak.
Right.
The research was based on a survey of about 1,500 people in Britain.
1,500 people. 1,500 people. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, and it's only in Britain, so it doesn't include the United States or Canada.
Yeah, but music's been shown to help in a lot of areas.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I like the Commodores. Elton John, definitely Elton John. That kind of calms me down. And
I think Fleetwood Mac was on the list. Yeah,
Fleetwood Mac, definitely Fleetwood Mac. And Simon and Garfunkel. I don't know about Robbie Williams. I never listened to any Robbie Williams.
No, never heard of him actually.
Never heard of him either.
Heard of the rest of them, but not him.
So, what do you think? What would be the most calming music for you? Pop, classical, or rock?
For me, rock.
Mm-hmm.
But then country, which isn't this is popular in this list, but that's my music tastes.
Yep. Yeah, I think for me, pop. Well, actually, all three. Actually, they're all pretty calming and soothing.
Oh yeah.
If you could say pop. It just depends on the type of the music, the beat. Like if it's like something from Jay-Z or some type of party pop music, then no, it's not going to calm me down or anything like that. But I mean, if it's like a classical Fleetwood Mac or something like that, then absolutely, yeah, I'd definitely get calmed down by that. And actually, I do listen to them occasionally on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about like what type of pain. I wonder, like, what was the statistics of that? Like, what do they test, like emotional pain or?
I think physical pain.
Physical pain? Well, I think emotional pain would be for me.
No, for sure, it'll help there too. Yeah.
Yeah. More emotional pain than physical pain, I think.
You think?
Yeah, for me. The ages from 16 to 24, they said? Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, no, apparently it had a greater effect on
younger people. There you go. Well, I'm 24, so hey, and you're 15, 14, 15? Yep. So, yeah, that's pretty close in age range there, so they got that correct on that one.
And moving on, San Diego, for a lot of people watching this who haven't heard about it, this is a little tough to swallow, but then again, it's kind of expected too.
Exactly.
San Diegans signed petition for a Nazi-style police state in America. So, as the title implies, people, obviously they're walking around trying to get people to sign a petition saying that they support a more Orwellian police state and a more Nazi-style police state. And people actually were signing it. And while they're signing it, the guy's going, they were petitioning city council to increase the police state, to increase the Nazi-style police state, and no one seems to hear him. They don't read it. They don't listen to them. They just sign, put their name on it, and all that, and move along.
Yeah, they don't even know what it's about.
Mm-hmm. And if they were to look into what it's about, and you can look at the article to get a more in-depth version of all this, you lose a lot of your rights in something like that, like the Nazi police state. Just don't speak out against anything, and you'll be just fine.
Exactly.
So you don't have any power to say anything. The Orwellian style thing, they're always watching over you.
Well, it's kind of they're watching over us today, but not as much as as they did in the Nazi back then. When the Nazis,
like you look at the Nazi police state, you didn't really have any rights. Don't say anything against Hitler there. And when you do get arrested, you have to sign something called a Form D11, and if you didn't want to sign it, they'd beat you until you did sign it, or they'd beat you until they could forge your signature. Sounds like a wonderful thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, they could definitely twist that around, like cops and stuff. If you're like say something wrong to them or something, they could say that you did something, like, you know, because some cops do that today. They say that you did something and they lie about it to get away with what they did to you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they shoot you or something and they say, oh, he had a knife, but he really didn't.
Aggressively walking forward.
Oh, yeah, or stepping up out of a chair.
Yeah. And as well, other than that, I mean, even that alone, just, you know, going to jail part, that's just terrible. They could also arrest you on the suspicion of doing something wrong in the future. Yep. That's
insane. That's kind of like a movie. I seen a movie of that. I forget the name of it, but it's basically where they think that you're about to do something wrong, so they send you back. They send you back in time to be killed, so you can't do anything wrong in the future.
Oh, jeez.
And then what you do is I think you live out your time, and then at that point in time where you get sent back, you go back and you just die basically.
And
I forget the name of it. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt played in it.
Yeah, something like that sounds familiar, but anyone who was a political threat was arrested.
I don't see. That's terrible. I would definitely.
You know, you read into this, like you read the history, and you find that this Nazi police state is just terrible. You know, no one rights politically unless you're. You can't really say anything unless you're on their side. Yeah, no. If you're not saying bad things, it's okay. The minute you criticize them, done. Send them to jail.
Yeah, beat them.
Yeah, and if you don't want to sign the form, you're beaten until you do sign it, or beaten until they can forge your signature. And then people will sign this thing, supporting something like this in the U.S.
They couldn't have read that. If they would have read that, they would have signed it, I think.
And even if they didn't know what exactly the Nazi police state was, you think they could at least infer from the word Nazi that not so good.
Yeah, exactly. Not anything with Nazi in it, you gotta suspect it to be something bad.
Yeah, but no one did that.
Come on, people. What the hell's wrong with you?
And even look at the person that's walking around, doing the petition. Like, look at his shirt. Yeah, he's like very serious, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
And he has trouble keeping a straight face. And he says in the video, one person
laughing about it, smiling.
An Orwellian system to watch over everyone to keep them safe. No one sees a problem with that. And it's just. And one person even said, yeah, to an Orwellian-style police state.
So I see his last name is Dice.
Yes, that's correct.
So basically, I think this petition is a little dicey.
Yeah, like obviously he wasn't doing this seriously, but
exactly.
More of a social experiment to see.
Yeah, just to see. It's kind of crazy. I wonder, did he let them know that it was a social experiment, or did he let them know that it was for real?
I don't think he did.
Like, did he just go out and just start?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wow. And people just started signing away.
Yeah, I didn't mention this in your article, I don't think, but you know what else he got people to sign in a previous video?
Oh, what's that?
A petition titled, "This Makes It Official. You Are a Moron."
He got people to sign that? Well, obviously there were more moron to sign that. Damn it.
Only one person read it and asked, "What's this? I am a moron?"
That is stupid. That is crazy. I can't believe people would actually do that.
Only one person read it.
Oh, only one person read it?
The rest of them all signed it. The rest of them all signed it.
Did the guy that read it, did he sign it?
No, he asked, "What's this? I am a moron?" And then, of course...
And then he just blew him off or whatever?
Yeah, and then, of course, he told him, yeah, okay, you're too smart for this.
Exactly. So one out of however many people that signed it was one of the smart ones? Wow. Yeah. That just proves it right there.
So people will sign something supporting a Nazi-style police state, supporting an Orwellian system in the U.S. to keep over, to watch over everybody, to keep them safe. And, obviously... the Nazi police state there, that wouldn't keep anyone safe, but people are okay with that. Instead, one person's more concerned about how much money it would take to implement such a system than the actual consequences of the system.
What do I always rely on? What do I always say? It's always about the money somewhere. Somewhere down the road, it's always about the money. So like if you guys want to quickly chime in on this and let us know how you feel about this petition, and let us know if you actually sign it, if you actually read petitions, you can call us at 1-213-814-3151. That is 1-213-814-3151, and just let us know if you guys would sign the petition, if you actually read petitions, or you just sign them. Let us know, please.
You know, that's just what happened. This is bad. You know, obviously, someone's going to read the article. Will be down below in the description after the fact, or you can just go to newsingeneral.com and look for it. But wow, people just sign this like.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad to see that people, you know, just go ahead and blindly sign away. I mean, what if it was something that says like to sign your life away or to sign your house away or something like that? Would they
petition? Yeah. You know, like petitions can have a lot of power if they're done right. And you know, like if someone walked up to you and said, "Hey, can you sign my petition? We're petitioning City Council to increase the Nazi-style police state," would you sign it?
I'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah, and then assuming that you didn't hear that part and you didn't bother reading it and you did sign it, while you're signing it, do you think you'd hear the words, "We would like to implement a Nazi-style police state in America, and we'd also like to implement an Orwellian-style system to watch over everybody to keep them safe"? Would you think you'd clue in at that point?
They didn't even skim the petition at all. They didn't even like skim it or anything.
No, they just take the pen, sign it, put their birth date on it, and here you go.
What the hell? Who would actually? I mean, your signature can have a lot of power too. Signing something,
even that alone, yeah.
Yeah, and then put your birth date on there as well. So signing a false petition or a petition like that's pretty iffy.
Yeah.
Never sign petitions. The lesson here is never sign a petition without reading it first.
Like what? Like, why don't these people hear that? You know, like, do they care? Do they not? Or are they just stupid? Like, what's the?
Yeah, they're stupid.
Like, what would make someone think that this is a good idea? And these people really look like, you know, they think that they've done a great service to humanity by signing
a petition to have a Nazi government or whatever.
Police state.
Police state.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it basically was. It's a government, it's a type of government, basically.
Yeah, and they could arrest you if they thought you might do something wrong. And yet, people are okay with it. Oh, yes, please.
What if it's a friend or something that comes and arrests you, and he just has a grudge over you or something, and says that you're about to do something wrong, or thinks that you're about to do something wrong, or lies about it, you know?
Yeah, if you make political threats, jail you go. No, sorry. Yeah, if you are a political threat, and they send you off to jail. And sorry, not right.
So basically, you can't even speak your mind at all. Like you can't.
No. Shut up, and no harm will come to you.
There you go. You gotta say what they want you to say.
Just don't say anything, and you'll be fine. And that's kind of what happened, you know, in Germany at that point in time. Yeah. And did people forget about all that? Like.
That's why a lot of people died. Because they spoke their mind and they didn't let the Nazis take over, and they spoke their mind and they got punished for it. And for people to not even recognize that or not even think about like reading the petition, and did they even know it was about Nazis, or did?
Probably not. They probably just thinking, "Awesome, don't petition. I just make the asshole happy and sign it."
Yeah, I
probably what they were thinking.
That's probably what they were thinking, because I couldn't understand why they would sign something for that, even if it was a fake petition or whatever.
Yeah. It was basically just to shut them up, keep going, you know?
Yeah, but then again, that does have power.
I mean, for sure. When like, somebody like you were saying, if someone's walking around saying, "Hey, you want to sign over my house deal, buddy?" Petition.
Have like 5,000 people sign in or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like, just think about it. And if it was a true legal document, I don't know, man.
Don't you have to have like a notary public or something to sign it, or like a court to sign a?
I think in that case,
to make it legal.
And that's probably a good thing. Otherwise, this would probably be happening.
That would suck if it was. If you accidentally did that by accident, you know.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, we're petitioning City Council to give us your house.
That would suck. Oh God. All right, so you ready for the next one or what?
Yeah.
We have no call-ins. Make sure you can call in and let us know if you've signed a petition, or if you read petitions before you sign them. Let us know. Call in, please. And that goes for all the other topics that we're about to be discussing. The number is 1-213-814-3151.
Perfect.
All righty. Next topic. Okay, Snowden NSA Phone Records Collection is surveillance, he says. So
Oh,
I
you
don't
skipped
think.
the topic there. Okay, we'll
Oh, I
go.
did. Are you
And
sure?
yeah, we'll get back to yours, I guess. So yeah, Snowden,
Oh, I
Edward
did skip a
Snowden.
topic,
You
huh?
probably know about Snowden by now. He says, Miss Dianne Feinstein, right? Yeah, says that the NSA Phone Records Collection program isn't surveillance. He says that in a USA Today article saying that it's not surveillance and that the government only collects information that would only be on your phone bill. Um, Mr. Snowden there disagrees, saying that yes, this is surveillance, and I'm going to read a quote from him right now here. Snowden says. Today, no telephone in America makes a call without leaving a record with the NSA.
Wow.
Today, no internet transaction enters or leaves America without passing through the NSA's hands, as Snowden said Thursday in a statement. And he also goes on to say, our representatives in Congress tell us this is not surveillance. They're wrong. But
This
of
is
course,
absolutely surveillance. I mean, what
of
the
course,
hell? How
Feinstein
can it
said,
not be?
yeah, Feinstein says, this is only, this isn't surveillance. We only collect what's on a phone bill. And she says this has, helped prevent certain terrorist plots and stuff like that, which, it could have. And if it has, good on
Yeah.
them. Good job for, stopping that. But my question is, wouldn't they need just a little bit more information to know that, they might be talking about stuff like this? Like they say they don't collect names, they don't collect, the
But
content
yeah,
of the
yeah.
phone call, but wouldn't you need names at least to figure out what's going on?
Yes,
Like
yes, you would.
obviously the government has a list of people that they suspect as terrorists. So
Hmm.
when they need that same list and use those names to figure out who's calling who, like obviously they got the phone number, so they do have the names. I
Yeah,
think that much is pretty clear. Like anybody can go find the name as long as in the phone book.
exactly.
So
This is definitely this to me. This is definitely surveillance. I
so
mean,
in
you
that
know,
case,
any
they
type
also might say that, well, it's only public information, the name, but
any type of surveillance or any type of monitoring without your
hmm.
permission, I believe, is surveillance.
Yeah, it's not like you go to the government every day or
Yeah,
every month. Here's my phone bill, buddies. Have
I
at
mean,
it.
I can understand. I can understand if you're a politician or if you're a government or a high-ranking official or something. There needs to be some surveillance there,
Hmm.
to make sure you don't trade secrets to, Russia or China or whatever.
Yeah, like obviously keeping an eye, and
But
then that's
but
fine.
for the civilians, the people who work in this country, who built this country, you're gonna monitor us
Yeah,
and suspect us of going against the United States?
that is correct.
What the hell is wrong with the people running this country?
And Dianne Feinstein says no, this is not surveillance at all. You know, we only
Yeah,
collect what's on the phone bill. We most
yeah,
certainly don't collect the
bull.
information of the phone. We most certainly don't collect names,
Oh
but
yeah, don't worry, just
one
hand the
might.
information over.
Oh,
We
and
don't do
they
anything
don't
with it.
collect locations either. Like
Yeah, right.
one might think that you would need such information to
Yep.
thwart these terrorist plots, but I guess they don't. I guess they're just magical. They can take the duration of a phone call and a phone number and say and figure out that yep, no, there's gonna and find somehow figure out that there's some sort of terrorist plot.
Mark, 1 second. Mark Hyder wants to know the Skype username for the call-in. You can just call in on the number. You don't have to use the Skype username. You can use the number.
Yeah, the number once again is 213-814-3151. Eh?
Yep.
Anyways,
Hey, you got it.
but she says that no, not surveillance, and that. But come on, Jason, don't you think you need just a little more information to figure out something like that?
Oh hell, absolutely, absolutely. You got to
Like
have the location, like you said.
mm,
They got to have the name of the
the
person.
names at least. Like if I gave
At
you some
least, exactly.
if I gave you some information, give you a phone number and a call duration. Okay, Jason, figure out what they were talking about. Have a good day.
Well, the thing
And
is
back
you
to
got
my
to
life.
realize is we have our names everywhere. They could get it
Yeah,
anywhere. They could go to Google. They could go to
yeah, for sure.
Facebook, to Twitter. They could go anywhere and get our names. You know that
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I could come back in a week and let's say they didn't have that information online for the phone
yep,
number. Okay,
exactly.
Jason, did you figure out what they were talking about yet? Nope.
Exactly. Uh,
So,
but honestly, I'd say I'm all for Snowden. To tell you the
oh
truth,
yeah.
honestly, I'm all for Snowden. I'm all for the thing that he's preaching with the NSA and the surveillance and stuff like that. But then some of the stuff that he did leak, could compromise our military and our armed forces and stuff like that. I know that for sure. But, I mean, there's a good and bad, you know, like I said before, there's a good and bad to it. A good side and a bad side.
But now, you know, the American people know that they're all being spied on and that they're all terrorists.
Exactly, and that's that. Exactly, we're all terrorists, guys. I'm in a cave right now, okay? I'm in a cave. I'm in a cave, and, oh crap, there's, I'm under fire right now. Okay, I gotta go, guys, I gotta go.
Oh, Jesus. And if they really are preventing, you know, does the government need to protect their country against stuff like that? Yes, of course they do.
Exactly.
But
now I know there's going to be arguments saying, oh, well, look at all the suicide bombers, or look at all the terrorists here in America. You know, with the Oklahoma City bombing and all the other bombings around the.
And how long have they been doing this phone records collection program? They didn't prevent any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wonder how long this has been happening, the collection of information and stuff. Did it happen back then when the Oklahoma
has it really been?
Yeah, what effect has it been exactly? I mean, look at the woman that crashed through the barricades that day. She reported to her husband that she was, you know, feeling distressed or feeling the government was after her, or, you know, feeling out of her mind or whatever. And look what happened to her. Look what she did.
And that was recent, but you know, the phone records collection program didn't, you know, prevent that.
No, exactly. They didn't prevent any of that.
So, like Feinstein says, they've, you know, thwarted these terrorist plots. But I bet, you know, if one were to go look for the information, it's all classified, can't look at it. You can't look at it for the next, you know, 150 years. So, you know, what terrorist plots, you know?
There is none. It's all imaginary. See, my theory is sometimes the government can create disasters or create these terrorism plots or whatever just to make it look like, oh, we got to protect everybody, so we got to implement all these security stuff, all this surveillance and stuff. I think that could possibly happen. I'm not sure if they're doing it now. I'm not sure if they're doing it now, but I think that's a theory that could be in the works. You know, I mean, people could look into that and see more about it.
That might be true. Like, obviously, with some big stuff, like, you know, after 9/11, a lot of things changed in terms of what happens at the airports.
That was proven. That was proven that could have been an inside job. If you look at the airplane going into the building, I think the second airplane, you can look underneath the fuselage and actually see an extra little, like, compartment or whatever. And it's not there. It's not supposed to be there at all. On any other planes or any other passenger planes, it's not there on that type of aircraft.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you got to see it. You got to watch the video.
You know, I think most of us have seen it. It looks like a little missile
or like a little bomb.
I think, you know, most of us have seen the video, but even if you do take it at face value, and a lot of people don't, it changed a lot of what happens in airports today. You know, how you know, customs and all that, and how, you know, things go through. You know, not everything is lax, you know, as lax as it once was. You know, there's tons of security. You know, for good reason. There's good measures.
Yep.
But you know,
exactly.
But can they justify stuff like that for every single thing they do?
No, and that's what they're going to keep doing, though. They're going to keep doing that until it's just gone overboard and we rise up and try to take them over. Like
they've changed a lot in terms of security, and that's great. You know, obviously it needed to be done.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
they used 9/11 as a big thing to implement all these security, because before 9/11 there was hardly any security, which could be a bad thing and a good thing, but there wasn't the surveillance. There wasn't, you know, U.S. citizens being terrorists. Even if they're sitting at home writing a story or whatever, you know, just minding their own business, they could be called terrorism or terrorists by the government, the U.S. government, their government.
It's like every phone call you make, this information goes to the NSA. Oh, that's nice. Oh, good job, NSA. Yeah. So did you prevent anything? You know, like you know, maybe they should come up with some actual real, like, maybe they have, I don't know, but some detailed statistics, not just some, you know, vague, you know, terrorist plots, you know.
No,
but don't ask about those.
I don't want you guys. I don't want the viewers to get me wrong. The people that watch us. I am for the government, but I'm not for the bad side of the government. I'm for the good side. And lately, I haven't seen the good side around. Okay?
So
they've been hiding.
How would you? Like, how do you think the government should handle security, like national
security?
Hang
on, we got a caller. It is Mark Hyder.
Okay, well, I'm going to still pose.
My name is Mark Hyder. You might know me.
All right, you're live. Go ahead.
Good
Hang on. Let's make him wait for a second. I do want to ask you this question.
Oh, just one question.
Jason. So,
All right, what's up?
Fine.
okay, so Jason, like how do you think they should handle national security? How do you think they should be doing it?
Honestly,
Yeah.
never.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I keep hearing Mark Hyder in the background. I can't hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So did you hear my question?
No, I heard Mark Hyder just hung up. I was talking to him. He was very loud. I had to turn down the speaker. Sorry about that.
Well, yeah, we'll get
Go
him
ahead.
back in a second. I want him to wait there. Anyways, because I say a lot.
Yeah, I didn't plan that out. Mark called and the speaker was all the way up, so it was like really loud, so I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah, that's fine. So, how do you think they should handle national security?
What you said? What do I think about national security?
How should they handle it? Like, what measures should they implement? Blah blah blah. Like, how do you think they should be doing it? You know, obviously you disagree with them spying on most U.S. citizens. So,
I honestly don't think we should implement the Nazi law.
Obviously not, and obviously it wasn't a. That
is a good question. How would I implement national security? All right, hang on one second. I gotta put you on hold. Hang on one second, okay? I think it's Mark calling back. But how would I implement it?
I'm waiting for like half an hour.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be a half an hour. Don't worry. How would I implement that? I would definitely not go against the. I'd mainly target other countries. I would not target our own country. But I'd also monitor, do more monitoring, but not surveillance as getting named and stuff like that. More, what do you call it? People that come from other countries and move over or come over here to visit, I'd monitor them, okay? And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, that's racist," or "That's, you shouldn't do that."
So you're suggesting that the government should monitor travelers that come abroad?
Yeah, from abroad, yes.
Well, they kind of already do that. Like, think about the barrage of security you have to go through when you get to the airport.
Yeah, that would be difficult there. I didn't
like they kind of already do that when you think about it. Like here in Canada, you're not admissible to Canada if you've had a DUI in the United States. They'll turn you around and tell you to go back to the States.
Oh, really? All right, let's go ahead and take this caller, Cole. Let's go ahead and take the caller.
So,
all right, go ahead, caller.
Like that probably isn't fair, but anyways, yeah, the caller.
It's Mark Hyder again, guys. Go ahead.
Hi, are you right?
Yep, go ahead. You're live.
Okay, my question is if the NSA don't track information, how would they find the information when they need it?
That is a good question. Did you get that, Cole?
Yeah. How if they don't get the information, how would they find it when they need it? Is that it?
Yes.
He has a good point there, actually. So, like, I think, like for me, does the NSA have to collect information? Yeah, I think they probably do.
Yep.
But maybe look at how they handle, how they collect it,
Yeah, maybe look how they hack it.
They have to, like, obviously, I think, at this point in time, it's become something that they kind of have to do with, like, especially, if you look at 9/11, maybe, maybe with, if they would have been monitoring people the way they really do now, would they have been able to find the terrorists that were living in the United States a year before 9/11?
So how would you implement national security, or how would you implement our security?
Obviously, they need to monitor people, like I said, because think about this: 9/11.
What type of monitoring? Like I tried to distinguish.
I'm not sure.
I didn't distinguish.
But when you think about this, Jason, like, let me break this down. Like the terrorists that did have a hand in 9/11 did live in the U.S.
Exactly.
And
they were foreign, right?
Yeah. And didn't the Americans give them flight training?
Yes, they did. But see, they didn't do really good checking. See, I would have I would have done a lot more checking.
But see, maybe if they would have been, aggressively monitoring everybody, would they have found that and prevented it?
This is what I want to distinguish real quick. Is the thing that I implement is people that come to visit, yes, I'd monitor them like crazy. I'd monitor them like the NSA is monitoring us today. But I would not monitor the people that were born in the United States and are Americans, like wholehearted Americans. I would not monitor them. Okay, but I'd monitor people that come to visit, because that right there tells you there's a possibility they'd have a reason to hate the United States.
Honestly, maybe.
Why?
You know what? I got something else.
Yeah.
Because monitoring the American people isn't so bad. Maybe what pisses people off about it so much is the fact that they try to hide it so much. Oh no, it's not happening. No, it didn't happen. No.
So you think if they were more open, people
maybe
would be okay?
Yeah, because I think at this point it's probably
what?
safe
What
to
if
say
what
that
if
they
you come
probably
to
need
find
it.
out they know every single thing about you? They know your credit score. They know everything. What if that was true? What if they knew all that? And
I can't imagine. I really don't think it's that hard to look up the credit score, anyways.
Well, I mean,
think about how much
everything,
information you give to the government every year, anyways.
Yeah.
Your taxes and a whole bunch of information on there.
All right, hey, we got another
apply
caller.
for this,
Hang on.
apply for that.
Another caller. 1 second.
Well, let's not have the callers interrupt their conversations.
Okay. Yeah.
But think about that. Like, you give the government a ton of information, anyways. Like, I think people would be more okay with it if the government was open about it, saying, like, think about this. When you walk into a store, Jason, you see a sign that says, that there are cameras present in that store, don't you?
Yes. Okay, 1 second, caller.
And as far as I know, they're actually required to have those signs saying that, we are recording you. So, but the government doesn't have to. We're not monitoring you at all. But everybody else has to say, we're monitoring you. You go somewhere, you see signs, closed circuit television, cameras, or, smile, you're on camera, stuff like that, right? You've seen signs like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and,
Go ahead.
And do you have a problem with the cameras being in those stores?
No. Not really, I don't.
Now, if there was no signs, they're all hidden cameras, would you have a problem with that?
Yes, I would.
There you go. So maybe if they were more open about it,
all right, so let's take this caller. He's on here. All right, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Well, I'm just calling because you're saying that, a lot of people are worried about people coming from different countries,
Yeah.
But I actually think that maybe, the people in our own country might be more scary than people that are traveling and doing tourism in our country.
I was kind of getting there too, because that's why I think, to an extent, we still need to, keep tabs on the people. If we totally just say, they're not going to do anything. Look at the stuff they've done in the past, and people do come here and live in the. Look at the terrorists from 9/11. They lived in the States, and maybe if they, really would have been aggressively monitoring everybody, they may have found this. Unfortunately, the only way to find it may be to aggressively monitor everyone. But if they were more open about it, like I was saying,
the citizens of their own country, you have to even monitor them. But see, that's the thing we're worried about. Is we're worried about our own selves. We're worried about us being monitored. We're not worrying about everyone else being monitored. I believe this is Anthony.
Yeah, well, I'm getting at it. It's just that there's a lot of scary people in our own country.
I totally agree with them,
But look at the people in other countries that stomped on the American flag that really hate the Americans.
But see, you know what?
Imagine if they got in our country.
I'm not worried about people from other countries. I'm more worried about our own citizens. Our own citizens are kind of crazy and getting kind of crazy.
They are now, but would you say that about 40 years ago? Would you say that to the people about 40 years ago?
Yeah, I would.
They were real crazy?
I would.
Really?
I would.
I wouldn't have said that. No, I wouldn't have.
Things,
they're not as crazy as they are today.
Yeah.
They are, but just in a different way. It's, it's always been like that through, different, time periods,
Yeah.
Things just change.
All right, so that was our second call. We finally got callers.
Anyways, so what I was saying though is
one thing that we do need to do is get that calling thing figured out.
Yeah. But anyways, monitoring the people still has to happen now. Maybe obviously you need to pay attention to people that come into your country, but we already do that anyways.
So
Like,
what we're getting at is we need to monitor everyone and just drop it. So
you know,
so just drop it that we're being monitored like crazy.
like if they find that you've done certain things elsewhere in other countries, they may not let you in.
Exactly.
Like I said
But
here,
in order to find
like,
that out, you got to
like we're
monitor those people, the foreign people, right?
yes and no.
To find out if they've done something else.
Like see here, like in Canada, let's say someone had a DUI. Okay, so they drove drunk, got convicted of it, come to Canada. Oh, I want to come see Canada, and you were convicted of a DUI in the United States. Sorry, sir, you're inadmissible to Canada.
That's
so obviously not very fair, but
no, that's not fair. I agree with that.
But you see, they do have that information. So like we already monitor the people that come into our countries. So
what are we getting at here? What are we getting at with the monitoring? The full layout. The full.
Honestly, I think they just need to be open about it. People wouldn't have as much of a problem.
I agree with that. I agree. Okay.
Like the question I asked you, you're totally okay with stores that have the cameras out and the signs out. Then I asked you, so if you go into a store that had all hidden cameras, no signs,
as long as they say it,
they didn't even make. And when you asked them if they had cameras, no sir, no cameras.
But the thing is, would they tell us everything that they're monitoring, or would they only tell us just a little bit that they want us to know?
Well, that'd be kind of up to them, but unfortunately,
yeah. But see, that's up to them. I think they can hide a whole bunch of stuff.
If they were at least open to a big part of it, like maybe certain things they can't say come out and say for certain reasons. Yeah. But if they were just a little more open about it, instead of just having some guy randomly come out and expose them on this, people might be fine with it instead of outraged when they do find out.
So. You think that Americans are more crazier than foreigners?
Well, I don't know if they're more crazy. I think as a society, I think we, as people all together, I think we kind of all are. But I think we obviously need to monitor everyone.
Okay, so what about the thieves out there and the murderers? Obviously, I'm not one of them. So how am I equal with that person? How am I as crazy as he is?
Does the government know though?
Yeah, that's true.
Like they can't, like when you have 311 million people, they can't make those assumptions,
Yeah, so you gotta monitor everybody.
It's that would be the fairest way to do it. That way you don't miss.
Okay, you're getting my head clearer on that. I definitely see where you're coming from with monitoring.
Like when they openly lie to you about it, when they openly deny it, and then you have some guy come out and totally expose them.
If it was open, if they told everyone what was going on, I believe it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
People would be okay and accept it. I also think that to think that we're all equal as being a whole. As when we say crazy, we're all crazy. There's a certain part of Americans that are crazy. I'm not crazy. Cole's not crazy. Anthony's not crazy. Everyone in America is not crazy. It's just there's a certain amount of people out there that are. So we gotta distinguish that, that fact right there, that not everybody's all the same. We're all different. We look at life different. So basically, where'd Cole go? Cole is gone. Oh, great. He didn't even tell me. So yeah, I just want to distinguish that fact there for you guys. Just let you know that. Because I think Anthony called in and said that we're crazy as Americans and we're not all crazy. Some of us are. Maybe me. I don't know. I'm just joking. So yeah, let's go ahead and wait for Cole to get back to move on to the other topic. So what can we talk about? Let me go ahead and let you guys know that you can call in. That is 1-213-814-3151. 1-213-814-3151. And this is new. We're basically doing Skype call-ins, and you could chime in on these topics and that we're discussing here and share your opinions with us. I do want to warn you that I am new at the call-in, so it's kind of difficult for me to manage that. I got to get the hang of that. So yeah, Cole, you better get your butt back here because I'm running out of stuff to say. Or somebody else call in, please. Let's see. Next topic. Yeah, I did skip one of my topics. I do apologize for that. I had a topic all lined up here, but I skipped that on the introduction. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Oh boy. Also, I did want to mention that Yusuf Issa, a team member, was supposed to join as a guest, but sadly he was not available for some reason. He went ahead and texted a bunch of jumbled up words to Cole, something about a game or something like that. So obviously he's not here with us, so we are without any guests. So I'm glad we got call-ins. That's awesome. Cole Cooper's back, and I'm gonna be done talking for a little while. Let him talk.
Okay, what happened? What I miss?
Just me rambling my mouth a bunch of times.
Hey, so
Trying to figure out what to say. What are
Yeah.
you doing? Oh, great. Oh, great. Cole Gruber's doing it to me again. Okay. So, yeah, make sure the call-in number is actually 1-213-814-3151. That is Skype. So if you have Skype, I recommend calling in with Skype. Basically over the Wi-Fi and over the internet there. So you back yet?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, go ahead and talk.
All right. So the next topic is you have to talk.
Oh, great. I wanted to wait for you to get back. I was waiting for you to get back to get the topic going. Okay, so where is it at? Which topic is that? Number 3?
Mm.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. As Mark Hyder would say, oh, yes. Okay, a Virginia mom arrested after defending her daughter from attackers. Alrighty, a Virginian mom, Lakeisha Gaither, age 35, was arrested for discharging her legally owned firearm on Saturday, but was her reasons justifiable? The incident happened after Miss Gaither and her 15-year-old daughter, Brianna Stewart, began walking home after confronting another mother and daughter who also lived in the neighborhood over a prior disagreement. While walking, a group of about 10 boys confronted Miss Gaither and her daughter in their parking lot of their apartment complex. One of the boys began insulting Miss Gaither and her daughter, who actually stood up to the boy. After a few nasty insults, the daughter and the boy were standing face to face. So basically, Miss Gaither, after she seen the incident, she went out, walked away from the group of boys, right? Walked away from everybody, pulled out her firearm, and discharged it in the air. So after a little while, police arrived, and she was arrested for illegally discharging a firearm. And so, was that justifiable? What she did was defending her daughter and herself from about 10 teenage boys attacking them.
Yeah,
Was that justifiable?
It's self-defense. Like Jason, if someone comes up to you in the street and someone punches you in the face,
Oh, absolutely.
you're gonna hit back.
Absolutely.
So
Now, do you think would you have done that? Like, I know you're kind of young to ask this question, but if I had a child and I seen that, see, the argument is that she could have hit somebody, okay? And also, bullets come down after they're fired right up in the air, right? So they could have hit somebody later on, or in an apartment or somewhere. They were in a fire apartment complex, so obviously that could have hit somebody in the apartment. So they're saying that that's why they arrested her, was she could have killed somebody, basically. So was that logical for her to do that? Was that okay for her to do that? Was putting everybody else at danger?
She could have just panicked too.
Yeah, she could have, exactly. But she said she was very calm. She said, and she walked away from everyone. And
she could have panicked and not realized.
She was in the heat of the moment, basically. Her adrenaline was pumping. She knew she had a firearm, something to protect her. And her child, her daughter's there. What's her mother's first instinct?
You look at any animal. It's going to protect their young.
Absolutely. Any means necessary, absolutely.
You go try to walk up to some animal with this young. It's going to be very aggressive towards you.
So I got a question for everyone out there, if you're watching. Would you discharge your firearm if you seen your child being attacked in a public place like that, knowing that you could possibly hit somebody? Would you do that? How
many people were around? Like, was it just kind of
Well, there was 10 boys, around 10 or so.
Other than them, like bystanders.
Well, it was in a parking lot. It was in a parking lot, so obviously there's people around, there's cars around, driving back and forth. It was in Virginia. Let me take a look at the exact location.
Now, was it a busy parking lot, or was it just some empty parking lot, some closed down store type thing?
Let me see if I can pull it up. I believe it was at 9:20 p.m. at night. 1600 block of Crider Crest Place in Woodbridge, Virginia. So look that up and let me know what you think.
Alright, so hang on. So where was it?
13600 block of Crider, which is Crider.
Okay, see that again? C-R...
I-D-E-R.
Yep.
Crest Place. Woodbridge, Virginia.
Alright.
That was at 9 p.m. At night. So, most of the time people are coming home from getting dinner or restaurants or whatever, or there's teenagers and kids outside, having fun, getting ready for school in the morning.
Yeah, like you remember though too. Yes and no. It depends at the time of year too, because as you get later in the year, it gets darker and darker, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there may not have been that many people.
Well, let's see. Did you pull up the map?
Yeah, I'm getting some map here.
Can you see it or no?
Okay, well, where I am, it doesn't look like a parking lot at all. It looks like some residential street.
All right. Well, there should be like a apartment complex around there.
Apartment complex. Yeah, no, I'm just seeing some residential thing.
It might not be a big apartment complex then. It might be like a small apartment building.
Yeah, these are houses what I'm looking at. So I don't know, but either way, even if they're, can you justify it, right? Because it really is just self-defense, really. Yeah,
I agree. Like I said, she walked away from everybody. Make sure.
Now my question is, the attackers, did they get charged?
I don't know. I read the article, read the story, and no, they did not get charged.
So where is the justice in that?
Exactly. That's what I was shocked at. I was shocked at the boys that actually confronted the two women and attacked them were probably the first ones to attack, most likely, because us guys are always aggressive.
Oh, I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, exactly. And it's a female. I mean, what are they thinking? Like, what were the parents teach them anything when they were, growing up? Not to attack or not to harm, females?
It's not to harm anyone, really, to begin with,
Exactly. And I believe he punched the daughter, the 15-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
And the thing is it doesn't say how old the boys were.
Yeah,
there's no information on how old the boys were.
Yeah, sometimes they can't, there could be,
But yet again, they added the girl's age, and she's a minor.
Yes, but they may have had permission to do so.
Gotcha.
Did they do an interview with the news station or whatever you were looking at?
I think so, yes.
There was probably some sort of interview, and that's how they got the age.
Yep. Gaither was waiting for them instead of running. Okay. She. This is a quote from her. "I did not feel like I was wrong," she said. "I wanted to protect my child." A spokeswoman from the police station said that when something goes up, when something goes up, it must always come down. There's a possibility of causing property damage, injuring someone, or killing someone. In an apartment complex, the odds of that bullet coming down and striking someone is very high.
And even if it doesn't hit someone, it can do property damage too. If it hits someone's windshield,
Yeah. Daniel L. Hawes, a Virginia legal defense attorney who defended the client for their use of firearms in self-defense, explained that while Miss Gaither should not have fired a gun into the air, she was not in any way wrong for wanting to defend Brianna or herself. So the thing is why the hell did they arrest her?
Because she was shooting up into the air, obviously, the attackers couldn't have possibly done anything wrong.
I thought there's a law that allows you to discharge a weapon in self-defense or stab somebody or something like that in self-defense and not be arrested for it.
In certain areas, though, I think. I'm not. It might be different in the states, but I think the reason they may have gotten her on it is
because they didn't fire.
She did it.
She didn't fire Adam. She fired in the air.
Yeah, even then, though, even if she would, they probably would have still got her or something.
Yeah, if she fired at teenage boys, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd have to say I'd defend them in any means necessary. My child, if they were attacked,
I
just don't think I'd fire it in the air.
I'd
fire it on the ground. I'd fire it down at the ground or something,
Well, even that could do, like if
not if it's in dirt,
No, like you're in a parking lot or something. You got concrete.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That.
I'd walk over to where there's grass or something, because that's what she did. She walked away from everyone.
Yeah, you hit a piece of concrete. Something
that's
gonna make a mess. Yeah, I know.
That's a loud ringer. Wow. All right, so yeah, that's basically what I do. Is if I ever have children that are in that incident where they're being confronted or attacked, even if it was me being attacked, I'd pull out a weapon and flash it or fire it into the ground. I definitely would not choose to fire it in the air because like they said, bullets always tend to come down after they're fired. So, but yeah, I don't think she should have been arrested for that because that was self-defense. But like Cole said, that the laws could have been twisted or whatever to get her arrested for, and it's kind of crazy that the boys didn't get arrested for attacking the two women there.
Like how bad was it? Like what kind of injuries did they?
There's no injuries. All I heard was that one of the boys punched the young daughter.
Okay, well, I wouldn't necessarily say send them off to jail, But
Yeah.
at least
At least
do
give them
some,
like some type of disciplinary.
yeah, just do something to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
show them that hey, this isn't
And
do
also have a good talking to their parents as well,
yeah,
because
yeah.
hitting a female, I'm definitely
Yeah,
against
like
that.
like, yeah, maybe some volunteering or something.
Yeah.
There's like it's something. It's something to show them. I don't know what exactly, but something,
Some like 6 months of community service or something.
yeah, it do
That's what I'd
something
give them.
because like like you're not doing a service to your community when you go walk down the street. Oh, I see a woman there. Oh, I'm gonna punch her. Oh yeah, you did a real good service to
But
your
see, the thing
community
is that the two females, the mother and daughter, they confronted an earlier incident with a mother and I believe another daughter. They confronted them about an incident, like had an argument or something,
Yeah.
and then they went off and walked. They walked away. So I'm thinking maybe those boys that came and attacked them was related.
Could have, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
I don't know,
maybe they
but
told them.
the mother shouldn't be charged. They should just drop the charges and be done with it.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened. I mean, it's
Probably what's going to happen. Yeah, if
Yeah.
it does get to the court, the judge is going to look at it. What is this?
What is this
you're wasting
exactly?
my time.
If they get the right judge, because there's certain judges out there that
yeah, one
are
of two
very-
things will happen. Is they're going to look at this. What is this? It's wasting my time. Have a
Exactly.
good day. Or you're going to get judged. Yeah, how dare you? How dare you?
Exactly. Let's take a look.
How dare you
at
defend
some
your
comments.
children?
I'm going to take a look at some comments real quick. Is that all right?
Yeah, I think I took a look at it a few minutes
Okay,
ago.
Mark Hunter says, okay, cost too much from a cell phone from the UK. Oh, okay, gotcha. Just been case in the UK. When they're killed, they're one. Whoa. Talk about decrypting writing and stuff, Cole.
Oh yeah.
There's just been a case in the UK where they kill their own people. Okay, I can't decrypt that. That takes an expert decryptor there to
Yeah.
figure out what he's trying to say. NSA is like Interpol. Yes, that's true. The Simpsons. The Simpsons. Edna Krabappel, voice star Mauricia Wallace, dies age 70. Oh wow, The Simpsons. Voice. She's Edna, voice of Edna, dies at age 70.
Yeah, they have quite a few old people doing those, surprisingly.
Yeah. The Simpsons. You ever watch The Simpsons, Cole?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't watched it in a while. But
Well, thank you for that, Cole. Or
Yep.
thank you, Mark.
But bottom line here, I think just to wrap this article up,
Yes.
the mother shouldn't be charged. I wouldn't say nail these guys to the wall or anything, but just do something to instead of just letting them all go.
Exactly. Yeah. Community service, like I said, 6 months right there, all the community service. That'll fix them right there, hopefully.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
I just heard somebody echo or somebody else.
I don't know. Anyways, let's moving on to the next topic. A raw burger is served to a New Hampshire
Ooh.
police officer at
Yummy.
the local McDonald's.
Yummy.
Okay, so obviously the police officer, he went to the McDonald's on his night shift. Nothing wrong with that. He goes to the drive-through, whatever.
They gotta
right?
eat. They gotta eat.
He's hungry. Like everyone else. Officer
Exactly.
Rob Moore. So he goes there and orders I believe let's see what he is. A quarter pounder, right?
Yes.
Gets one of those, and I've had them in it. I think they're good.
Yeah,
But-
they're pretty
but
good.
This concerns me about them. Actually, I just realized I had one
I
yesterday.
gotta have dinner, Cole. I gotta have dinner in a little while, Cole.
I know. I had one yesterday, but I didn't check. But
Oh boy,
tasted
Cole.
fine.
Oh boy. Uh-oh, Cole. If you get sick in the hangout, I'm gonna have to block out your screen.
Anyways, so he gets it. He takes about 4 bites into it and notices, hey, there's something wrong with this burger.
Yep.
So he takes it apart, and the first patty, nicely cooked and all that, and takes that off, and the one under it is raw. Okay, so he just bit into a raw burger, and the franchise owner, which the Moore did contact, it was told that there was surveillance video showing the cook, who was allegedly in training, putting the patty into the cooker and attempting to close the cooker a few times, and then just from what I gathered, just giving up, taking it back out, and serving it to
Wow.
the officer, anyways, as is.
Holy cow, man.
And of course,
What the hell?
McDonald's, up in the corporate offices have said this issue has been resolved at the restaurant level. Of course, we won't say anything about it, but resolved.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, even like, the officer thinks that this could have been done on purpose. Apparently, he was the only one at the restaurant at that time, and of course, he's in uniform and all that. So, it's quite obvious that he is a police officer.
Exactly.
And he's suggesting that this could have been done on purpose. And the video, from what I'm hearing about the video, could also, one could suggest that maybe this guy who was in training didn't exactly know how to use the cooker or how to close it properly, and just for some unknown reason just gave up and didn't bother asking anyone, hey, hey, can you help me close this dumb thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead just gave up and
Wow.
served it to and put it all together and served it to the officer that way. And according to the what I wrote here, the officer did later get sick, but no, it's just yeah, no.
I would have gotten sick the moment I bit into it.
No one should have. He shouldn't have gotten the raw burger. No one should have gotten the raw burger.
Absolutely not.
And even if people, even if this was on purpose, and the guy didn't like the police or whatever, that doesn't justify this. And in the case that it was due to the fact he was in training and didn't know how to use the machine, okay, that's fine. Okay. You don't know how to use it, fine. You ask somebody, hey, can you show me how to close this stupid thing? I'm having problems with it. And they come over, and here's how you close it. And then you remember. And you don't serve anybody a raw burger. Knowingly.
I know people eat raw hamburgers. I know people eat raw. My mom used to eat raw hamburger.
Oh, yeah, you can eat raw, beef and all that. It's not going to hurt you.
But not like a whole hamburger. I mean, no.
But I think the stuff in it could have hurt you. Like you can take your chances on a steak or whatever and eat it raw. But yeah. So what do you think of this, Jason? Is that good?
I'm definitely gonna check my burgers from now on.
Yeah, obviously I meant to, and I totally forgot and bit into it anyways. But it tasted fine, so
yeah.
Obviously the McDonald's I went to didn't serve raw burgers.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be checking my food.
He takes a picture of it too, and that's just a disgusting mess.
Yeah, I've seen that picture. Guys, check out that picture on the News and General article.
Like, I'm sure he started picking it apart. He was just like, "Are you kidding me? I just bit into this."
That is terrible, guys.
Like he's a police officer. He serves your community. Blah blah blah.
Now, was it warm or was it cold? I wonder. Was the hamburger
that's
cold
a good
or
question.
warm?
Like obviously the top one was cooked, so
yeah.
Like he put it in the cooker for a second, so it probably warmed up just a little bit, and obviously the patty on top of it probably warmed up a little bit, so it was probably somewhat warm, but not cooked.
That is terrible. I mean. If I bit into that, I'd immediately throw up. Like having that whole hunk of raw.
Induced vomiting, yeah.
Oh yeah, that mushy cat mush stuff. Yeah, no way.
It's just a disgusting mess. Yeah,
Yeah, you guys gotta look at the article.
Yeah,
a link in the description and take a look at the article and look at the picture because that.
Yeah.
Just looking at that picture makes you want to.
Yeah, it obviously shouldn't have happened. If it was truly an honest mistake, then. Somehow, then okay, fine, but
okay, apologies accepted. Yeah.
Yeah, but come on. And from what I'm hearing, it sounds like he knowingly did it. Just kind of gave up. Here, serve the cop. Who cares?
Exactly.
So maybe
I wonder if he got fired though.
It's a good question. Like it says, it's been resolved at the restaurant level.
It's his first time on the job or something, or what?
Yeah, the officer, like I said, he suggests that this could have been. Just someone not liking the police, which is possible.
Yeah.
Would that justify it? No, not in my eyes. If that is the case, and if it was, having problems with it, then he should have just asked somebody. Yeah, hey,
exactly.
They always you never walk into a McDonald's and look in the you always see in the back of those things.
All right, McDonald's job training by Cole Cooper.
And you never see, just one guy there, doing everything. So there's always multiple people running around.
You need help, ask for it.
And there's always the one guy in the dress shirt and all that.
Yeah.
So this was at midnight, and still, there's people there. They're open 24 hours. They have to have people there all the time. So you could have easily asked for help if that's the case. So
I want to ask the viewers if you guys ever ate raw hamburger. If you like hamburger, if you dislike it, if you go to McDonald's a lot, or if you go to any, get hamburgers in general a lot, if you ever had this happen to you, or even if you ever had like gum in your hamburger or something else in your hamburger, write down in the comments and let us know.
Hair.
Yeah, hair. Write down in the comments and let us know.
Unfortunately, with hair, if you're not like picking apart a burger, it makes a mess.
Oh yeah.
So you don't necessarily want to do that every time, but yeah, if that really is the case, I think it might be just better. You might be better off stopping at the grocery store, picking up some hamburgers and cooking them yourself.
I want to tell you guys a story, okay? This is a true story. It happened to me when I was like 5 or 6. My mom and my dad was in New Jersey, and I was with them. We were driving through New Jersey, I guess, and we stopped at a McDonald's, and I got a Happy Meal with a little hamburger in there, and I bit into the hamburger, and there was a set of car keys in the hamburger. And my mom came back to my dad was driving. He pulled back to the McDonald's, or I think it was Burger King, actually. We went back to Burger King, and we gave him to the manager, and he said that he was playing somebody was playing a joke on him, and those were his car keys. And they were his car keys.
And they were in the burger.
Yeah, they were inside the burger. Yep.
Okay, so let's just imagine this.
That's one hell of a joke, though.
Did anybody bite into it?
It was my burger. I was about to bite into it. I didn't bite into it. Like I went through bite into it.
You noticed it though?
Yeah, I seen it poking out.
Okay, so let's say you did notice it. You bit down nice and hard. You chipped a tooth for sure. Yeah, you'd break it or something.
That's a law case right there.
Yeah, but then of course McDonald's would pull out their building full of lawyers.
It was Burger King. It was Burger King.
Burger King. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, it's nice to play. It's fun to play jokes in your coworkers, I'm sure. But putting keys in a customer's burger, serving it to the customer, that's going a little far.
Somebody was playing a joke on the manager.
Even as a manager, okay, you're playing a joke, ha ha ha, that's cool. But I'd be a little pissed of it if someone said to me, "You want to know where your car keys went, buddy? You see that car that's driving away?"
Imagine if it was an adult though. Imagine if it was like somebody else that would steal the car or something. You never know.
Yeah, I know. Like, see that car that's driving away from the drive-thru? I put it in that sorry person's burger.
Yeah. Oh, you're fired.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice you want to play jokes on me, but don't put it in somebody's burger, risk chipping someone's tooth.
Exactly.
And risking my car keys going down the street in somebody's burger.
Or in their stomach.
Exactly. Just think about it. If someone did swallow it.
Yeah, and there was a lot of keys on there. It wasn't just one key. It was a bunch of keys.
Which would probably be difficult, but just assuming it did happen.
Yeah.
You'd be going to the hospital, have them cut you open to remove it.
Oh yeah, they would. Because you would have your intestines and stuff torn out if you tried to pass it.
So it's just I guess there are some horror stories about fast food. I don't really have that many problems other than them not really understanding what I'm saying.
I think the raw hamburger one though that tops it. I've never had raw hamburger, and if I ever did, I'd definitely vomit in the moment.
The biggest problem I might have is I want large fries, no small fries.
Yeah.
No, large, medium.
Large. There you go.
big fries. Oh, you mean medium?
So from now on, make sure you check your fast food, guys.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem I've had. But apparently some people get raw burgers.
Jeez, that's disgusting.
So moving on to the next topic.
Okay, next topic is the deal of the week. The deal of the week is Camp Chef OS 132 Super Outdoor Indoor Movie Screen. That is the deal of the week. The outdoor big screen is the ultimate in-portable screen, offering 132 inches of viewing pleasure. And don't worry about sacrificing high definition. This screen is made of an Oxford nylon reflective material for high-resolution imagery and enriched colors.
Wait.
Set up and take down. It's simple and easy, taking only a few minutes.
You said reflective material?
Yes. Nylon reflective material.
And this is a projection screen, right?
Yes, it is. Indoor-outdoor projection screen.
Wouldn't that be kind of counterproductive? Like, wouldn't you just have a big glare on it,
I don't
if it's shiny?
No, I don't think so.
If you ever get a chance to play the projector, point it at a shiny surface. It'll look just fine, and you have that one point that's just nice and shiny.
Nylon reflective material. I never even heard of nylon reflective material.
Neither have I. Unless it's just a name and it implies something else.
Exactly, maybe. But let me go ahead on with it. The durable frame is freestanding and stable in a light summer breeze, but four tie-down guidelines are included if extra stability is needed. A back cover blocks ambient light and folds down when rear projection is desired. This screen is also great for business, seminars, sporting events, weddings, and much more. 132-inch, 11-foot diagonal screen. Holy cow! That's a pretty good size screen. It's got a screen carry bag included, so that's good. Aspect ratio is 16 by 9 widescreen. So yeah, go ahead and click down in the description below, and you can check out the article and also buy it. It's for $149.
And that's actually not that bad, you know.
Yeah, that's why it's deal of the week.
The projector's going to be more than that, obviously.
Oh yeah,
decent projector.
Yeah, probably 199, $300 around there.
Yeah, it's just generally, you know, kind of how it works out, unfortunately. But
yeah,
you can't just come with like a cheap projector. Oh, they do, and they never work.
Yeah, there's some cheap projectors out there. I've seen some cheap projectors out there. That's why I chose this one, is because it was more of a, you got a better deal. You know, it had the high definition, it had the 16 by 9 widescreen aspect ratio, the ability to block out the ambient light in the background or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I chose that one, is because it, you know, it had some good features to it.
Yeah, definitely. So, how big is it again?
132. Let me check it out again. Let me pull up the article because I just closed it out.
Yeah.
100. It's a 132 inches of viewing pleasure. Let me go down to the screen size. 132 inches, 11-foot diagonal screen. Screen dimensions is 115 inches wide by 16 or 65 inches height.
That's big.
Yeah. Widescreen, 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So yeah, it's a pretty good size screen there. Overall dimensions 129 inches, which is 10 foot 9 inches, and width is 105 inches, which is 8 feet 9 inches in height.
And people can go find that with a link in the description. There was some Amazon thing probably.
Yes, it is.
There we go. Anyways, moving on to the deal of the week. No. Moving on to the app of the week, Dead Trigger 2, which is free, which was launched on the App Store and on Google Play. It is free, and from what I'm seeing here, apparently it is a graphical showpiece. Apparently they've made vast improvements to its graphics. I haven't played it myself yet, but I will. It's free,
it's
like I said.
Yes.
I can, and the first Dead Trigger was pretty good. Of course, for anyone that doesn't know, the reason it became free, the first version, is so many people were pirating it that they had to make it free because they couldn't make any money off it. So, unfortunate in that sense.
Dead Trigger 2 is a lot of fun, though. It looks awesome. It's award-winning, stunning first-person zombie shooter. The stunning first-person zombie shooter is back, they say.
There we go.
So it's obviously award-winning.
How is it award-winning when it's been out for like a few days?
Dead Trigger 2.
How does it?
Award-winning series. The Dead Trigger,
okay, yeah. Be a little more specific there, because.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was trying to get to it, but. Okay. Download Dead Trigger 2 for free and enter a world where humanity is engaged in the ultimate battle for survival in the face of a global zombie apocalypse. Sounds like Walking Dead.
There you go. So you can download that on the App Store and on Google Play.
Yes. And links in the description, guys. Yes.
And that is pretty well it for this weekly live stream once again.
Yep.
No, guest this week. Just Jason Goyette. Nothing special there. The owner of News in General.
Okay, Cole. Okay, you know what you get.
No.
What? Huh?
Anyways, he's of course the owner of News in General, and of course you can follow him at Jason Goyette.
At Jason Goyette. There you go.
You can follow me, Cole Trooper, at CK270. And for those who called in, thank you very much.
Yes.
Definitely
Mark Hyder and Anthony from Antwerp.
So we'll be back next week, same time, hopefully on time. And thank you for watching.
We'll see you guys next time. Basically.
And
I forget the name of it. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt played in it.
Yeah, something like that sounds familiar, but anyone who was a political threat was arrested.
I don't see. That's terrible. I would definitely.
And you read into this, like you read the history, and you find that this Nazi police state is just terrible. No one rights politically unless you're You can't really say anything unless you're
A
on their
politician or
side.
something.
Yeah, no. If you're not saying bad things, it's okay. The minute you criticize them, done. Send them to jail.
Yeah, beat him, beat him, beat him.
Yeah, and if you don't want to sign the form, you're beaten until you do sign it, or beaten until they can forge your signature. And then people will sign this thing, supporting something like this in the U.S.
They couldn't have read that. If they would have read that, they
Yeah.
would have signed it, I think.
And even if they didn't know what exactly the Nazi police state was, you think they could at least infer from the word Nazi that not so good.
Yeah, exactly. Not anything with Nazi in it, you gotta suspect it to be something bad.
Yeah, but
I mean,
no one did that.
Come on, people. What the hell's wrong with you?
And even look at the person that's walking around, doing the petition. Like, look at his shirt.
Yeah,
It doesn't look very serious, does it?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
And he has trouble keeping a straight face. And he says in the video, well, okay, welcome back to another live stream for News in General. Today we only have one other guest, the owner of News in General, Jason Goyette. You can follow him on Twitter at Jason Goyette. And you can follow me on Twitter at CK270. I'm Cole Trooper. Of course, you can also, we have call-ins like we do on most of our shows. You can call us at 213-814-3151. Once again, that's 213-814-3151. Go ahead, Jason.
Alrighty, so we are ready for the first topic, and the first topic is, according to British survey, music eases pain.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, according to the survey, the music does apparently ease pain. Apparently, popular genres that help people are pop, classical, and rock. And the five songs that topped the list were "Bridge Over Troubled Water," "Angels," "Albatross," "Candle in the Wind," and "Easy." The survey the information from the survey was conducted with I can't even speak.
Right.
The research was based on a survey of about 1,500 people in Britain.
1,500 people. 1,500 people. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, and it's only in Britain, so it doesn't include the United States or Canada.
Yeah, but music's been shown to help in a lot of areas.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I like the Commodores. Elton John, definitely Elton John. That kind of calms me down. And
I think Fleetwood Mac was on the list. Yeah,
Fleetwood Mac, definitely Fleetwood Mac. And Simon and Garfunkel. I don't know about Robbie Williams. I never listened to any Robbie Williams.
No, never heard of him actually.
Never heard of him either.
Heard of the rest of them, but not him.
So, what do you think? What would be the most calming music for you? Pop, classical, or rock?
For me, rock, but then country, which isn't this is popular in this list, but that's my music tastes.
Yep. Yeah, I think for me, pop. Well, actually, all three. Actually, they're all pretty calming and soothing.
Oh yeah.
If you could say pop. It just depends on the type of the music, the beat. Like if it's like something from Jay-Z or some type of party pop music, then no, it's not going to calm me down or anything like that. But I mean, if it's like a classical Fleetwood Mac or something like that, then absolutely, yeah, I'd definitely get calmed down by that. And actually, I do listen to them occasionally on Spotify. But I don't know about like what type of pain. I wonder like what was the statistics of that? Like what do they class, like emotional pain or?
I think physical pain.
Physical pain? Well, I think emotional pain would be for me.
No, for sure, it'll help there too. Yeah.
Yeah. More emotional pain than physical pain, I think.
You think?
Yeah, for me. The ages from.
For you,
well, it's kind of they're watching over us today, like, but not as much as as they did in the Nazi back then. When the Nazis,
like you look at the Nazi police state, you didn't really have any rights. Don't say anything against Hitler there. And when you do get arrested, you have to sign something called a Form D11, and if you didn't want to sign it, they'd beat you until you did sign it, or they'd beat you until they could forge your signature. Sounds like a wonderful thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, they could definitely twist that around. Like cops and stuff, if you're like say something wrong to them or something, they could say that you did something. Like because some cops do that today. They say that you did something and they lie about it to get away with what they did to you.
Yeah.
Like, they shoot you or something, and they say, oh, he had a knife, but he really didn't.
Aggressively walking forward.
Oh, yeah, or stepping up out of a chair.
Yeah. And as well, other than that, I mean, even that alone, just going to jail part, that's just terrible. They could also arrest you on the suspicion of doing something wrong in the future.
Yep. That's insane. That's kind of like a movie. I seen a movie of that. I forget the name of it, but it's basically where they think that you're about to do something wrong, so they send you back. They send you back in time to be killed, so you can't do anything wrong in the future.
Oh, jeez.
And then what you do is I think you live out your time, and then at that point in time where you get sent back, you go back and you just die. 16 to 24, they said. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, no. Apparently, it had a greater effect on
younger people. There you go. Well, I'm 24, so hey, and you're 15, 14, 15? Yep. So, yep, that's pretty close in age range there, so they got that correct on that one.
And moving on, San Diego, for a lot of people watching this who haven't heard about it, this is a little tough to swallow, but then again, it's kind of expected too. Exactly. San Diegans Sign Petition for a Nazi-style police state in America. So, as the title implies, people, obviously they're walking around trying to get people to sign a petition saying that they support a more Orwellian police state and a more Nazi-style police state. And people actually were signing it. And while they're signing it, the guy's going, they were petitioning city council to increase the police state, to increase the Nazi-style police state, and no one seems to hear him. They don't read it. They don't listen to them. They just sign, put their name on it, and all that, and move along.
Yeah, they don't even know what it's about.
And if they were to look into what it's about, and you can look at the article to get a more in-depth version of all this, you lose a lot of your rights in something like that, like the Nazi police state. Just don't speak out against anything, and you'll be just fine.
Exactly.
So you don't have any power to say anything. The Orwellian style thing, they're always watching over.